Hi, my name's Arnell with discoveryogaonline.com, and today we're going to go over my top 4 favorite yoga poses for releasing stress and anxiety. Now, yoga, as I'm sure you know, has been known for helping people who experience a lot of stress and anxiety. And beyond just our regular yoga poses and yoga practice, there's lots of reasons why yoga has stress relieving benefits. And some of those things are our breath, being connected to our breath, practicing stillness and concentration. And so while I won't go over all those things in this video, I am going to put some links in the description below so that you can do a breathing exercise that I have, an explanation on stillness and concentration. For me, doing these relaxing yoga poses that I'm getting ready to show you in hand with breath, concentration, and stillness is really what helps me overcome the stress and anxiety that I experience, and it's one of the reasons why I love my yoga practice so much. So we'll get started standing at the top of the mat. And our first pose is a wide-legged forward fold. So I'm just going to take my right foot and then step out on my mat. I have some pretty long legs, so I step out about 4 to 4.5 feet. Don't try to bring your feet to either end. Like, that's just simply too far. I know a lot of people do that though without knowing, so just take note of that. If you're shorter, maybe your feet are apart 3.5 to 4 feet. Mine are 4 to 4.5 feet. So once you're here, bring both hands to your hips. Inhale, I roll my shoulders onto my back, and then exhale, fold forward. Once I've folded forward, I have the option to leave my arms here or to bring my hands to the mat. If my hands are to the mat, I'll inhale, lengthen my torso, and exhale, fold forward deeper. Begin your breathing here. I normally like 4-part breathing, so breathing in for a count of 4. And then exhaling for a count of 4. You'll want to stay in this pose for 5 breaths. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. Feel the blood coming down, rushing to your head. Let your head hang heavy. And breathe. Whenever you're ready to come out of the pose, you'll just bring both hands back up to your hips. And then on an inhale, you'll hinge up back to standing very slowly. Great job. And I'm just going to step back up to the front of my mat. And then we're going to sit down, come to a seat on our mat. My second favorite pose is just a seated forward fold. If you have a strap, that'll come in handy. You can grab your strap, wrap it around your feet, holding each end of your strap. Rotate your shoulders onto your back and be sure your back is nice and straight. Once your back is straight, then we can hinge forward, trying to lower our chest to our knees. Know that it's not necessary to grab your feet. We're really trying to stretch our hamstrings and our legs. Set your gaze at your knees and then reconnect to your breath. Whenever you're ready, you'll come back up on an inhale and then release your strap. We'll move into bridge pose. I'm just going to bend my legs. I'm going to bring my hips near my ankles, and then I'm going to lay down on my back. And we're going to find supported bridge. So if you have a block, you can take one block or two. I'm just going to choose to use one. And then press your feet into the mat, lift your hips off the ground, and then I'm going to slide my block just on the base of my spine. And so my block is not where my back arches. My block is going to be on the flat part just above my butt. So just before our spine bends, there's a nice flat part right on the edge of our tailbone, and that's where we want to put our block. Once your block is set, you can extend both hands out beside you, palms facing up, and relax your chest, relax your shoulders and head onto your mat. Once you're ready, you can press your hips up one more time, remove the block, and then lower your hips all the way to the ground. From here, we'll find legs up the wall. It's another pose that I really enjoy. And from where we are now, laying on our back, knees bent, feet on the floor, we'll just pick up both feet and extend the soles of our feet towards the ceiling and point our toes towards our head. This is a nice, gentle inversion that will allow some blood to come back down towards our center and can really have a lot of relaxing effects. And legs up the wall. Be sure that our butt is grounded and it's not lifted. Try to straighten your legs as much as you can, but know that it's not necessary for them to be 100% straight. So straighten your legs to whichever part is comfortable for you. You even have the option to lay up against the wall if that's for you. Whenever you're ready, you can hug both knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And then extend both legs and both arms for my last and final favorite pose, which is Savasana, which means rest. And Savasana is a place where we reconnect to ourselves and release whatever is going on in our mind, in our day, throughout our practice. Shavasana reminds us that rest and ease is just as important as effort and trying to do everything. And so this is a pose that I like to come back to when I'm feeling overwhelmed, that I've done too much, that I'm stressed out. I can come and relax in corpse pose or Shavasana. And remember that my rest and my recovery is just as productive as work. Whenever you're ready, you can roll over to your right side and press yourself back up into a seat. Those are my favorite poses for releasing stress and anxiety. Like I mentioned before, yoga is so much more than the poses, and if you're looking to overcome stress and anxiety, I highly recommend that you learn more about pranayama, which is breath, pratyahara, which is sense withdrawal, and dharana, which is concentration. Those are all things that are going to help, that help me at least, relieve a lot of those feelings that I was experiencing. And I'm so thankful for my yoga practice for that. So, namaste.